Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you aren't new here, but if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Naya Figueroa, and on the previous video we were talking about changing your morning routine. Now we're talking about starting over. I meant to say start over. But on this one, we are talking about starting over on your nighttime routine. So remember, like I said before, if you haven't watched the video, please go back and watch that video. But for the nighttime routine, we are going to get our journal. I'm going to get my journal. This is just, it's easier for me to write it down so that I can look at it. The first thing that, and I jumped straight into it, but I do want to get straight into it because it is now noon. It's noon right now. Today is the 13th. This video more than likely will be published today. However, I am going to go ahead and start writing down basically what it is I already do for my nighttime routine. Like I said in the previous video, it's very beneficial for you to take accountability and to kind of look at what you're doing now. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so I am back with my current nighttime routine. As I was writing this down, I didn't really feel like just going over it. I don't really feel like there's too much that I need to change about my current nighttime routine. I had already started to change that, like, I want to say some weeks prior. So I've already kind of gotten into the habit of my nighttime routine. The really big thing was my morning routine. But one of the biggest things in regards to my nighttime routine that I've come to understand is I will not be able to really, it will be much harder for me to accomplish the very first step in my morning routine, which is to wake up at 6 a.m. if I don't go to bed on time, or if I go to bed like super late, which recently that's been like a big struggle for me because I'm a night owl. I love to be up like late past like 10. I don't like to be out past 10, or past 8, but yeah. And I also just realized too, like at the beginning of this video, I had Theo's like lullaby music on the TV. Like earlier I went out to run some errands, and when I go out to run errands or do what I have to do, I'll put like his bird show on TV, or I'll put like his little lullaby stuff on there just so that he doesn't like feel lonely or just have any anxiety while I'm gone. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and read off of my list for what my current nighttime routine is. Before I even get into doing anything preparing for bed, I like to make sure my living room is clean. I like to make sure my living room is the biggest thing, but making sure my house is clean in general. Like I don't want to get in a messy bed. I cannot stand walking on a dirty floor, especially in the bathroom, because Theo tends to track his litter everywhere. I got him like a mat for his litter box when he gets off, because he like kicks his paws, but he still tends to like get litter everywhere, including his mat. So I just end up having to sweep it up. But the very first thing for me is to make sure everything is clean, or make sure it's tidy enough for me to feel comfortable to even sleep in that environment. The next thing is to feed Theo. So what I'm gonna put a plus sign by that. I actually ended up writing that like at the very bottom, the cleaning up part, because I completely forgot. But what I'm gonna do is like write like I did in the first video, the plus for if it's a positive thing, a negative for if it's negative, and equal for if it's neutral. So feed Theo, that's a positive. So I'm gonna put a plus sign. I take a shower and I will meditate in the shower. So if any one of you want to try this after a long day, especially a long day at work, or if you just had a lot of things that you had to do, even if you didn't have a lot of things you had to do, just the way that you can meditate in the shower is just by visualizing and imagining that all of today or all of that day is washing down the drain. because you want to go to sleep feeling refreshed. You want to go to sleep feeling renewed. You don't want to hop out the shower feeling stressed, the same stress that you had when you hopped in the shower. So I definitely recommend meditating in the shower. It's obviously not a requirement, but I definitely recommend that. So take a shower and meditate. That's a positive. You want to be clean. You want to feel refreshed. And then I like to moisturize as soon as I get out the shower. So that's a plus. Sometimes, a lot of the times when I get in bed, I'll put on Friends on my laptop because I don't have a TV in my room. My TV is in my living room, which I see as a benefit because it'll prevent me from having it on a TV or whatever. But I will watch either Friends or maybe Garfield or something like that, or TikTok. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll put something on my laptop and then go straight on my phone and start scrolling on social media. And I actually just took TikTok right back off of my phone because I put it back on my phone like a couple days ago. And I was scrolling and I was like just scrolling without even thinking. So I was like, see, this is why I took it off. I don't, social media is not necessarily a bad thing, like 100%, but it's not necessarily a good thing in my opinion. So since I'm trying to cut out the habit of just constantly scrolling mindlessly on social media, unless it's of benefit for me, trying to make it unattractive as best as I can. If you know, you know, in regards to that book that I was talking about before. But I would say that watching Friends or TikTok, I would say that that is a negative for me, only because for me with doing all of this, if watching it before I do this next stuff, I would say it's a negative. But having it on there when I'm like about to go to sleep, I tend to kind of like sleep really good when I know that I kind of have like my comfort show on. I won't even have to watch it. I've just kind of like put like a 10-minute clip of it on YouTube. And then after it's done, you know, my laptop will go to sleep because I'm not really paying attention to it. But I'll more than likely be knocked out past that point. So after that, I will read a book for at least 10 minutes. So I'll say that's a plus. That also helps me get kind of sleepy. Having your eyes just constantly moving, that helps me get sleepy. After that, I'll put all my devices on the charger, so like my phone or my laptop. And then I will go ahead and take my medication. I want to say that that's a plus too. So charging my laptop is a plus, and taking my medication is a plus. I want to say I actually take my medicine before I get in the shower because the medicine that I have to take before bed usually makes me sleepy. And so I don't want to take it like right as soon as I get in the bed and then be waiting to kind of be sleepy or anything. As soon as I get in bed, I want to knock out for the most part, or be about to knock out. So I don't really, aside from like switching when I have Friends, I would say that I'm going to put that towards like the very last. And taking my meds, I usually do that before I take my shower. So just kind of moving that. But I don't really think there's too much of anything that I need to change. The only thing that I could, nothing for me to really change. Everything in my nighttime routine that I wanted to do, I've kind of already started to implement. But if you are not satisfied with your current routine, like I did in the previous video, what you could do is you could kind of like write down a new nighttime routine that you feel is beneficial to you. Currently, this nighttime routine is beneficial to me. The only other thing is I'm gonna write down, go to bed no later than 10:30. I need to, if you have an iPhone, it can show should be on any phone. It can show you like what time you go to sleep versus what time you're expecting to wake up, how many hours of sleep you're going to get. If you don't feel like calculating all that, I'm not going to judge you because I don't be feeling like calculating all that. But it'll show you how many hours that you'll get. So if going to sleep at 10:30 is going to help me get enough sleep and wake up on time, then I need to go to bed no later than 10:30. So write that down. And And so another thing that you can do, I know when you have your stuff in your journal, more than likely you're not gonna always want to go back and be like, oh wait, what did I just do? Like sometimes you'll forget. So another helpful thing that you can do is you can put it on your fridge. You could take the piece of paper and put it somewhere where you know for a fact you're going to see it so that you can remind yourself. Even just like changing one thing. Like even if, like for me, the 1% thing that I did that helped me was reading the Atomic Habits book at least 10 minutes before I went to bed. Implementing that in my routine helped me get back into the habit of reading. And so I definitely encourage you to, even if you feel like you can't change your routine, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be accurate overnight. It's going to take time. So please be patient with yourself. That's one thing that I've had to learn with me when it comes to trying to change something for myself, is you absolutely have to be patient with yourself. You have to realize that the routine and the habits that you had before, you already conditioned yourself to believe to be a normal daily routine. So you just have to be patient with yourself in switching that over. That's going to take some time. But yeah, so if you have any questions, definitely put them in the comments below. If you have any recommendations that I did not speak of in this video, also put those in the comments. If you have not subscribed already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you feel like this video was very beneficial to you. Like I said before, this video is not to say that this is any advice given or anything. Take with it what you will. But this is just what's helping me so far in getting myself better, especially working on getting my mental health up to par. I've started to take some medication for that as well, and that's also been helpful. So if you feel like you need to go and see a therapist and you feel like you also need to take medication, please do so. Please don't beat yourself up for taking medication. I promise you it'll be very beneficial to you, or even just like meditating or writing your feelings out. But aside from that, that's basically it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully y'all will be like him after you change your routine. But that's all. Bye.